It's Friday, May 5th. This is News 8 Now. I'm Charles Hart. The Mississippi River cresting in Burlington, Iowa. Over the past 24 hours, the river reached 20 feet and began falling. Now it's at 19 feet and will go under major flood stage sometime next week. This also means the flood threat for much of the Quad City area is quickly decreasing. The next major community at risk for flooding is Keokuk, Iowa. The river there is expected to crest today. Weather is on top of mind for area farmers who have been battling a cold and dry spring. Typically, soil temperatures need to be at least 50 degrees before seeds can be planted. But this year, farmers we spoke to from Carroll, Mercer, and Louisa County said they were willing to start a little earlier, especially with soybeans, in order to stay ahead of the calendar. And we are watching the possibility for heavy rain over the weekend. Meteorologist Andrew Stutzky is here with the latest on your forecast. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Charles. Yeah, rain this weekend, a couple of storms as well, even the potential for severe weather. But before we get into that, let me show you what's going to happen tonight into at least the first part of your weekend. Still on board for a stray shower or two this evening. Otherwise, just some clouds and a much warmer night ahead of us with temperatures into the upper 50s. Leave those windows open just a little bit. That's some very comfortable air. Tomorrow, we're back up to near 80. There will be some storms at times, especially later in the day. Can't also rule out a broken line of storms first thing in the morning. We'll keep watch on that with your interactive radar. But to put this all in summary for the whole weekend, I think the greatest coverage of rain and intensity, even the opportunity for severe weather, is going to be at night. So many of the daylight hours are going to be dry for Saturday and Sunday. We just have to watch out for some occasionally heavy clusters of storms, especially after dark, both Saturday and Sunday. Keep tabs on that storms complex with our News 8 app and our Storm Track 8 app in case we have any watches or warnings over the weekend. That's exactly where you will find them. Charles?
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. Starting next week, Polk County will begin its mosquito remediation efforts. Helicopters carrying larvicide will fly over targeted areas in Polk County. The chemical is designed to prevent mosquito larvae from becoming adults. Polk County will also lay out traps to help gather samples. Those samples will be sent to Iowa State University to test for any viruses. The World Health Organization says that COVID-19 no longer qualifies as a global emergency. The announcement marks a symbolic end to the coronavirus pandemic. Since it began in late 2019, at least 7 million people have died from the virus. The World Health Organization first declared the so-called public health emergency of international concern in January 2020. It triggered lockdowns and impacted economies. But there is a warning with the announcement. The decision to remove the alert does not mean there is no danger. The emergency status could be reinstated. Well, Davenport boxers are training for the Golden Gloves national tournament next week. Around 60 fighters will be at the competition to qualify. The athletes at Davenport Boxing Club placed well at the state tournament in Iowa City. And for one fighter, it's less about winning a trophy and more about being a good role model for her kids.
Just showing them those healthy habits consistently, day by day, showing them, what it's like to build and be great, self-made.
12 fighters from the club will be at the tournament next week, which is in Pennsylvania. And that's all the time we have for News 8 Now. Be sure to stay connected online when you aren't in front of the TV at WQAD.com. Our News 8 app for Apple, Android, Roku, and Fire TV are available at any time.